we've got to stay conscious of him at
Miami. Lonley's checked in for Kevin Seraphin. Payne comes in for David West. Taylor's checked in for Anthony. And it's Brown in for Hardaway. Now here's Dudley. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Orlando. He gets it to go. Westbrook's got his second bucket of the game to go.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominating.
You know, one thing you have to give Coach Eric Spoelstra credit for is he's not wedded to just one approach. I like his ability to be flexible. You remember after the 2011 finals, for example, he really went back to the drawing board and changed Miami's offense to their small ball approach, but also wanted to get LeBron inside more. The result has been a couple of championship rings.
And the Clippers making a change here. Harris is checked in. Now, here's Fry. D right on him. 18 feet out. And it's Miami with the rebound. You talk about Coach Spoelstra staying open to new ideas. He spent time in the summer studying football coaches and their techniques.
Yeah, kind of an interdisciplinary interest in greatness. And, you know, that's what goes into building a champion. Spoelstra, very intense and focused, always trying to find an edge, even if he has to kind of step outside the box a little bit.
Now, here's Taylor. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Boy, has there been any defense played yet in this game?
Nope, this game has been all about rapid-fire offense early.
Here's Ennis. They trail by 3. To halt the run, and he sinks the layup. Morris has got 8 points.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
To me, that's the key to any game. Who can win the battle in the paint? And right now, they've got it going.
And it's Harris off the drive. The dish to Dudley. Harris up top. That's good on the jump shot. Harris has got his first bucket in this one.
Wow, this has been a thriller. I mean, the way these teams are battling, just going back and forth.
Would you like to bet that this game may end on a buzzer beater? How much would you bet?
6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
What do you think, Steve?
Well, both teams still kind of feeling each other out here, and neither team has been able to find an edge in this.
On tap Friday, November 21st, the Boston Celtics go up against the Memphis Grizzlies. Don't miss out.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've been seeing from the Heat, guys.
How about the three-point shooting? The scoring has really come in bunches from long range.
Yeah, it seems like every time down the floor they're knocking down the triple.
Not a big surprise, but the Heat, Steve, were the best team in the East last year when it came to playing teams in the Western Conference.
Yeah, that's not a shock at all because they have the most talent from the East, and I think only facing those clubs twice each.
Is up there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Then it's Kevin Seraphin. Then there's West. And it's Anthony in at the 3. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Ennis dishes to Harris. To the inside. Dudley. The shot will not go. And the Heat going the other way now.
You know, back to your point about the Heat in the West. They were the only East team to get 20 wins against the Western Conference.
And I'm sensing, guys, this game really starting to swing their way.
To me, it seems like they're taking charge as their lead gets more and more comfortable.
Here's Fry, and he dunks it down. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. Gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense, as good a job offensively as we saw. The defensive presence was almost non-existent. So they may see this lead disappear if they continue to give up those easy points. And for a team in the East, that's often the real test of how good you are. Of course, that wasn't really a question for the Heat, as they were always regarded as the team to beat last year in the NBA.
Here's Henry playing Brooklyn. He was nearly unstoppable. And again, Miami with the triple.
There's been a huge discrepancy between these teams in their effectiveness from the three-point line.
And you really notice it at that end of the floor where they continue to get open looks and knock them down.
Up high and down hard with the one-hander.
Got a little extra forceful with that one, didn't he? Huh?
Yes, sir.
I think he's hoping to kind of get his teammates going a little bit, fellas. And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, gentlemen, the Clippers were sold this offseason for a staggering $2 billion. That's about 4 times more than the Kings sold for 1 year prior, and more than 7 times what the Sixers sold for in 2011. What happened? About a third of the league's teams have sold within the last 5 years. As they've sold out guys, it's becoming a seller's market.
Only so many teams to go around, Doris. Thanks. Russell Westbrook still among the league leaders in shots at the rim, but Steve, he's expanding his offensive arsenal.
Well, he's improved as a three-point shooter. He's got a great pull-up jumper from mid-range already, especially from that foul line area. So Westbrook really is a threat from all over the court.
And the basket good. Serafin's got 5. The Los Angeles Clippers come into this one following a loss to the Magic.
Yeah, they were really in a funk from the field, guys. Credit the defense, definitely, but even when they got open looks, they were not hitting.
Hey, Steve, me and you flub up words and misstate things on occasion. So do these players have bad nights. It happens.
He started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
Westbrook drives in. Here's Lopez. Tries yet again, and it's laid up and in by Harris. Harris has got 4 points this quarter.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Clark. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
Crawford, no one around him. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 5th assist in this one.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Russell Westbrook, maybe the most athletic and explosive point guard ever to play in the NBA. As some people would say, what about you?
Well, it's hard to say ever. But Russell Westbrook clearly plays with the kind of ferocity that I've not seen at the point guard position. The only guy that comes to mind is probably Derrick Rose prior to his injury. I think Westbrook's aggression, powering through contact, probably gives him the edge. I mean, he plays almost angry.
A lot of torque.
A lot of torque. Yeah. I mean, it's something to behold. I've not quite seen a guy at the point guard spot bring that kind of athleticism and speed and tenacity to the position.
Well, I like figuring out where he is when Rose is healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
The pre-injured Rose was...
He was right in that same category.
You got it. Lets it go from deep. No good. And Miami the other way now. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad. Payne can't hit. Clippers trail by 12. Westbrook kicks to Dudley. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Dudley's got his first 2 points of the night.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
And the basket good.
They're going to have to tighten up defensively, guys, because they're really giving up way too many open looks.
Westbrook passes to Lopez. And slam dunk by Harris.
That was some skill there. Nice use of the bounce pass.
Miami leading by 10. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And now let's take a look at a breakdown of this season's best rebounding point guards. Russell Westbrook, number 1.
And as you see by his spot on that list, guys, very few point guards in the league can rebound like he can. Very few. He has a knack for always being in the right place when the shot goes up.
And he uses his body like a big man at times. I mean, he doesn't try to just sneak his way into the paint. He muscles his way in and carves out space under the basket. He must have been a post player in his youth.
Pass to Dudley. 36 seconds left in the first half of the game. And Westbrook, here we go.
And Russell Westbrook, maybe the most explosive first step in the league. I mean, he doesn't just get an angle on his defender. He leaves them completely behind with a free run to launch all those shots around the rim.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And how about the work last season from the free throw line? He shot about 83%.
Guys, he's slightly fallen off his pace from a year ago at the line. And those points from the stripe have been a little harder to come by.
Channing Frye's checked in for Brook Lopez. Westbrook double team. Dishes it to Frye. And is out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession.
Yeah, so close to picking that pass off, guys.
At least he got a hand on it. He did what he needed to do to make sure it didn't hit the target.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Adrian Payne. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Clippers have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. Both free throws good from Crawford.
He's always been extremely reliable at the line, and today's been no different.
The 17-footer. Good, nice play there from Vonleh. Vonleh's got 4 points in the quarter.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
It's Westbrook with the drive. That's blocked. And we've reached halftime in this one. Heat lead by 11. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with Russell Westbrook. And Russell, how confident are you that regardless of what defender you see in front of you, you can get what you want?
Very confident. I have a lot of confidence in myself. I put a lot of work in the summertime, and I'm very confident.
Russell, thank you so much.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
Looking at the game for Henry, he's got 30 points, and he's buried a ton of three-pointers in this game, too.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of just how many of those he's hit.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. They've got Tobias Harris. Brook Lopez is out there with Markieff Morris. Then there's Russell Westbrook, and it's Crawford at the 2 spot.
He's so reliable. And, you know, his offense seems to be consistently there for this team.
And here's West on the arc, and the basket good. West has got 6 points.
How about that for a response?
They will say they can give the 3 as well as they can take the 3. When you take the crown in the Pacific Division, you have to make sure you fare well against the Eastern Conference, and the Clippers did just that last season.
Outside Westbrook. Pass to Lopez. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Up high and down hard with the one hand.
Got a little extra forceful with that one, didn't he?
You know, I think he's hoping to kind of get his teammates going a little bit.
First wide open. He shoots with the second effort. That's good. 10 points for Brook Lopez.
And they've made 3 of their first 4 shots here to start this half.
Here's Henry. And again, Miami with the triple.
Well, the Clippers did well against the East, as you said. 21-9 record for them last year. And a lot of those games were shorthanded as well.
Los Angeles calls timeout. That's what's impressive to me, Clark, about the Clippers. A lot of teams out west took down the East, but the Clippers never seemed to get healthy until late.
Yeah, it seemed like it was the last week of the season or so before they had a roster that was fully healthy.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He told them they should be dedicating themselves to hitting the offensive glass with everything they've got from now on, even if that means it takes them away from defensive transition. He said also that their offense needs to be a patient one. He told them, don't rush things. Use as much of that shot clock as you need to. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. That is good.
You know, when he gets rolling, guys, he can be an absolute handful to have to deal with. And right now, he is rolling strong.
And let's look now at which teams have been the hottest offensively for the past 10 games. Number 1, the Heat.
Well, this is only a trend over a few games out of a very, very long season. But the coach has got to be pleased that his team has been able to score big with some consistency.
And here's West from the arc. And the Heat, another three.
That's now a dozen straight points coming off wide open three-pointers.
You know what it looks like to me out there, guys? I mean, it looks like all-star weekend out there. We know how much defense is played. There's actually defense during the all-star weekend, no D. You know, Brook Lopez is a devastating scorer from the right block. And at his size, it's really tough to bother that shot. And really, it comes down to whether he makes it or not. And most of the time, he makes it.
And for Brook Lopez, the next evolution of his game is improving as a passer from the low block.
Yeah, you know, you have to punish teams for double teaming. And that's how you go from star to superstar, making your teammates better. Lopez has continued to evolve. Hopefully he can stay healthy this year. That's the main thing.
Brook Lopez hits them both.
Well, Lopez has been great. He has 12 points, and he hasn't forgotten to get his teammates involved either.
Well, that's important, Clark. I mean, he's conscious of the fact that moving the ball around gets the defense to move. It forces them to work, and it creates a better offensive flow for his own team.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 10. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Crawford. From 13 feet, it goes down. Crawford's got 17 now.
I'll tell you what, he's enjoyed a very good day shooting the ball so far. He can bring them right back into this.
And that one's good, Henry.
Now, the way this defense is playing out there, I mean, they might as well not be there. That's 5 straight wide open threes.
Yeah, and that's way too many. I mean, typically teams will get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open threes, but they just haven't figured it out yet.
Crawford, no one around him. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
He can't seem to find the range here in the second. He did a great job in the first, hitting 3 from outside.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Miami. A terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know. And, of course, the Indiana Pacers. 4.5 games behind.
Well, I think for Miami, they've been outstanding so far this season. And, of course, we knew what a great team they have, but that doesn't make it any less impressive. They've really gotten everybody's attention.
Yeah, they're one of the teams that I look forward to watching as a broadcaster. Great talent, but it's the way they play together that's so appealing. Well, the Miami Heat, since the Big Three assembled, have been a polarizing team. Some fans rooted for them, others rooted against them. Either way, they've been an incredible story for the league and have become just a huge draw around the NBA.
And it's Harris off the drive. And it's Miami with the rebound. West has got 4 rebounds in this game. And Anthony gets it to go.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over it.
The feed to Lopez. Inside runner, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his assist totals piling up, 11 now for him. The Heat leading by 11. Here's Henry, and the Heat get another bucket right there.
He's just been the man since the start of this quarter, and just a tremendous period of basketball for him.
It's Crawford with the drive, and that one's good.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in this second half, and I like that. A little smash mouth basketball, taking it inside.
And a new group in for the Heat. Lonley's checked in for Kevin Seraphin. Payne comes in for West. Jeff Taylor, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Brown in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And then for Los Angeles, Channing Frye's checked in for Lopez. Drives in, and the shot is good. Crawford's got it back down to within single digits for the Clippers. For Miami, they've gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong. And that one's good, Henry.
When you're hot, you're hot. This is unbelievable.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Ennis kicks to Morris. The pass to Dudley. Here's Frye. Goes up again. Dudley's shot is good.
Well, you know, that's one thing they've been doing extremely well. Corralling those Karens.
Seems like not a whole lot else is going right for them, though.
For the 3. In the Heat, another 3.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
17 seconds left to play here in the third. Crawford outside. Crawford missing again. To the paint. Here's Taylor. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Taylor's got his second bucket tonight. There's Crawford with the 3. No good on that last second attempt there. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Heat out front, they lead by 14. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter.
Let's do it.
The NBA season pushes on. The Los Angeles Clippers go up against the Charlotte Hornets. Coming your way next Monday.
And it has not been on just one occasion tonight that we've seen some excellent court vision from this man. State Farm assisted the game replay, featuring one of 11 tremendous assists on the game from Westbrook.
And you're right, Kevin, about this performance here tonight. We've seen play after play of just beautiful passing skill. And I'll tell you what, when he's playing well, when he's really in a groove, this offense is like a well-oiled machine.
The Heat leading by 14. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. Conley's out there with Payne. Then it's Jeff Taylor. Then it's Brown. And it's Henry in at the point.
And a missed opportunity right there.
Definitely. I think he should have converted that one.
And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play. That'll put Shannon Brown on the line. It's on Gary Harris. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
And I'll tell you, the other thing, guys, is the mid-range shot has been something that's really worked well for them tonight.
And he drops it in from the low post.
Nice pass. That one was right on target.
The Heat shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field. And that one's good, Henry.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
Yeah, and unless they make some rotations and closeouts defensively, there's more to come, Clark.
That time the defenders were a little lazy getting to him.
The Heat leading by 16. For 3. And again, Miami with the triple.
He is just eating this team alive with his offense. It's been a matchup nightmare.
Ennis kicks to Dudley. And he uses the glass on the layup.
That's the way to work the ball in close to the hoop, guys.
Miami's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Here's Henry. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Henry's got 57 points.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And a new group in for the Heat. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Payne. West comes in for Vonleh. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Taylor. And Hardaway is subbed in for Shannon Brown. And then for Los Angeles, Lopez, he's checked in for Markieff Morris. Harris comes in for Jared Dudley. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Ennis. West outside. Left side, West. Poked loose and stolen by Fry. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. Good.
You know, regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one to finish it.
And that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run.
Here's Henry. And again, Miami with the triple.
They've gotten a bunch of good looks and have been absolutely lethal from behind the three-point line.
Yeah, you got to get some bodies out there defensively, though. I mean, things are way too easy out beyond the three-point arc. And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
West with the ball, picked up by Harris. Anthony, the shot's good on the assist by West. And the Heat lead by 20.
Might as well just take it into his own hands and make that big lead even bigger.
Double team on Westbrook. Passes to Lopez. Stolen away. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Harris. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. And here's Westbrook. Fry dishes to Westbrook. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Dropped that one in as soft as a feather using the finger roll.
Timeout called, the Heat.
Channing Frye missed all of 2012-13 with an enlarged heart. The condition got better in last season. Seemed like he didn't miss a beat. He came back and shot the cover off the ball.
Clippers trail by 18. Westbrook passes to Harris. Back to Westbrook for the 3. Rebounded by Hardaway. Hardaway has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And guys, Fry, you know, as you try to put him into some kind of position or descriptive phrase, a stretch 4.
I think so, Kevin. But, you know, what's great with Fry is that he can also guard 4s and 5s. So when you can space the floor as a shooter but also defend the interior, then you're a two-way player, and it's easy to find the right matchup.
Hardaway, that's a 2-pointer. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And he was one step ahead of the defense when he fired that pass for the assist.
And that's a foul called on Xavier Henry. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, dealing with travel, one of the challenges you face as an NBA player. It's amazing just how much easier it's gotten, Clark. I know you and I both played in an era early on where there was commercial travel. Now everybody charters and flies out immediately after the game. You've got leg room, you've got catered meals, so you get more sleep, you get more rest. I think it's had a huge impact on the way NBA teams do business and just the quality of play in general.
Good. Clippers trail by 20. Now Westbrook. Poked away. And here we go. Fast break. Henry's got it. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, that puts the nail in the coffin.
A clinic in terms of how to play with the lead right there.
You know, Clark, those charter flights for NBA players are pretty cushy.
Yeah, you take a plane designed for 126 seats and put in 54. That creates a luxurious plane ride, man.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, dominating performance for Miami.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
A little bit closer to the win now, and they'll be halfway to a sweep of the season series once they wrap this one up.
That's right. It's just a two-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Hamilton's checked in for Kevin Seraphin. Payne comes in for West. Taylor's checked in for Anthony. And it's Brown in for Tim Hardaway Jr. The Clippers have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Ennis kicks to Westbrook. A second chance effort, and that's 2 points on the layup.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Here's Henry. Will not go. This is off the front iron. For Los Angeles, they've gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. And Harris wide open. He shoots. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
He's shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field.
And this game is finally getting away from them.
Yep, it has gotten away. There's not really anything they can do now.
That's good.
It's interesting. They're like a different team now. Suddenly, they've got energy.
You know, it's not going to change anything, though, other than to make their losing margin a little more respectable.
And Miami can just let the clock run down here. Miami no good on that time either. Here's Lopez. Westbrook dishes to Ennis. Back to Westbrook. From 17 feet out. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Norris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin. Saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, Xavier Henry.